Here's my song. I'll be home. I'll be home.
You know this Canadian classic, and a major milestone for Bedouin Soundclash as their breakthrough hit, When the Night Feels My Song. It's turning 20. So to celebrate, the band releasing a special vinyl and tour that stops tonight in Hamilton and tomorrow night here in Toronto at the Opera House.
So joining us live now is one half of the band, Jay Malinowski. Welcome to CP24 Breakfast, Jay. I want to start off by saying thank you because for that song, but also for Brutal Hearts. That is still one of my all-time favorite songs.
Yeah.
I play it every time I feel lonely, moody, sexy, whatever. It is just so,
Daily,
so good. I love that song, so thank you. Let's talk about your tour.
No problem.
And the
Can I say this?
reimagining.
Can I say
yeah,
this?
Go ahead.
I actually watched you guys. It's lovely to hear that because I was watching you the last couple of times I come to Toronto for anything to do with work, and I see you on television. I had no idea that you were a Brutal Hearts fan.
Yes.
That is wonderful to hear. I love that.
For sure. That
Excellent.
song's been
Thanks for
with
watching.
me for years. So thank you, Jay. Let's talk about your tour because you're stopping in Hamilton today, Toronto tomorrow. How has it been going? I mean, especially now, you're a Canadian band traveling through Canada, visiting these different places, Vancouver, Edmonton, Ottawa. What's it been like, the reception?
It's been absolutely incredible. Like Hamilton sold out, Toronto sold out, and the just to be like playing these songs we wrote when we were 18 years old, 20 years old, to still be playing them on stage now. We have, it shows us where energy levels are at because the songs were a bit quicker when we were younger. But no, it's been wonderful, and we started this tour in the UK. And where, England and Canada were both places where the band did well with this record. And just hearing the stories from people who spent time with the music has been incredible. And really, we've been honored to hear those stories as well. So.
I'm so pleased to hear that, Jay. I've seen you guys perform a couple of times, and when the Night Steals My Song comes on, the crowd goes wild. So I'm curious about how you felt about coming out with two new versions, on this album now, kind of reinventing a song that touched so many Canadians. I think a lot of us sort of get this feeling when you hear that song, know where you were when you first heard it, kind of thing. What was that like? You've got Frank Turner involved, the Interrupters, Jesse Royal, two different ways. What was that like as an artist to sort of revisit that song?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that song, I mean, for us, the thing we love about it is that it lives still live. I mean, we'd never play it on our own, but hearing people sing it back to us at the shows is always an incredible experience. And when we wanted to kind of pay homage to where we came from spiritually with our influences, so we decided to choose artists that we loved, that had covered the music. Frank Turner was our choice in that sort of Billy Bragg English punk tradition. We then thought Jesse Royal had done a version of the song, so that paid homage to like the Jamaican influences that come to our music. And then the Interrupters bring that punk ethic, sort of that Clash thing. And we love the Interrupters. Amy's incredible. She sang on our last record, I Can See You, playing this song. It was sort of just to sort of tie together everyone that and all the influences that make our band what it is, and still being uniquely from Toronto, in our opinion.
Yeah, Frank Turner's amazing. We've had him on the show a couple of times as well, and he really brings a great slant to music as well.
Absolutely, And if you haven't heard the two versions of this reimagining of the song, I encourage you to do it out there, viewers. They're very different. Personally, I like the upbeat vibe more, but that's just my personal taste. They're both great, though. One's more cerebral. Jay, I'm curious. 20 years since sounding a Mosaic. How do you think your sound has evolved yet stayed the same to who you are as a band?
Well, we always come with the same, we always want to try to do something slightly different than we did before. That's always been a really important part of our band. We haven't really repeated ourselves that much. But I think we're always on the line of trying to incorporate something that we haven't heard yet and something that's familiar. And it's in that kind of territory that can you do this or can you not do this, where we sort of feel really inspired. Records like The Clash that put out like Sandinista, or Paul Simon putting out Graceland and Rhythm of the Saints. records like that, where you were taking together things that hadn't been put together before and trying to work them into something new. I always found that really inspiring, for better or for worse, however people feel about that. That's what I love about music, is that sense of newness, but also giving respect to what came before.
Yeah, Graceland, definitely in my top 5 for all time, indeed. And, hey, Jay Malinowski, great to talk with you. Good luck with your shows tonight in Hamilton, tomorrow in Toronto. I'm sure the fans will be so excited to see you. It's been great seeing you here on CB24 Breakfast as well. Thank you for this.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm a fan.